I just wanted to do something really simple. Just talk about 10 things that you can do at home if you're bored. Okay, so these are things that I've been doing. Some of them are productive things. Some of them are just things for my emotional well-being. So let's get into it. Okay, so the number one first thing that I've been doing, it's not that groundbreaking of a thing, and that is getting ready in the morning. Crazy, I know. You can't believe that just came out of my mouth. So for the last week or two, I've been really good about getting up, putting on makeup, doing my hair, all these things, because the first 6 weeks of this quarantine, I really was like, oh my God, I don't have to wear makeup. This is awesome. I'm not gonna do my hair. This is awesome. And at first it was awesome. And then I started to feel really bad about myself. I would just like look in the mirror and not feel good about what I was seeing. And that would make me lazy. It would make me so not productive. It made me just like want to be a couch potato. So I've come to terms with the fact that actually just getting ready, it puts you in a totally different mindset. It's also something to do if you're bored, okay? Another thing that you could and should do is really dive into your finances and find out how you're spending your money and how you could better be saving your money. This was actually the first number one top thing on my to-do list once we were all stuck inside, because it had just been a while since I really dug in there and just like saw like old subscriptions I had and things I needed to get rid of, things that I just didn't need to be spending money on right now. Now is a time where I feel like everyone is wanting to tighten up their budgets and really find ways to save money. So I did this through the Empower app, and this video is sponsored by Empower. The features on this app that make it really great are the high interest checking account. Hello, it is 2020. If you don't have a high interest checking account, why? Smart recommendations, human coaching, budget trackers, and automatic savings, which is what I wanted to talk about today because I found this to be the best way to save your money. So with Empower's automatic savings, you open your Empower app, and the first thing that comes up is some news, and then under it you have your checking account and your autosave account. So if you just click on that right there, you can set it up by just linking your bank account, and then you just decide on a number that you want to save per week. So I'm gonna save $150 per week, update that right there. So I upped it a little bit. It was $100 a week, and now I'm trying to save $150 a week because I'm really not spending money on anything else while I'm at home. So I should be able to save a little bit more. And what's so great about this is the app studies your income and your daily expenses. And if it sees that that week you have excess cash, it goes ahead and it sets that money aside and it saves it in your auto account for you. But if let's say you have a week where you had like a flat tire and you had to spend more money and things are tight and you just don't have an extra $150 to save that week, the app automatically sees those expenses and it doesn't set aside the money for you. Or it might save like just a little bit less. It's able to calculate the appropriate amount for you. So it's a really stress-free way of saving because you just go about your daily life, your normal habits, and if you've been good about your spending, it saves that money for you and you don't even have to think about it at all. And if for any reason you need to take that money out for an emergency or something like that, you can easily transfer it out of the autosave account. There are no fees attached to transferring your money and you have unlimited transfers. So your money is in no way locked up or anything like that. So I really like this autosave account for like a medium savings goal that I might have. So let's say like going on a trip somewhere. A trip is a big expense and usually we save for months to come before we go on a trip. Now is the perfect time to be saving for something like this, I think. And if you're fortunate enough that you can be saving your money right now, I would highly recommend jumping on this bandwagon with me and saving for a trip. Because think about it this way, if you set up an autosave account and you save an extra $50 a week, let's say we're all still in quarantine for the next year, or at least not really allowed to travel and take trips that are non-essential, which very well could happen. Let's say within that year, you save an extra $50 a week. And then let's say the year goes by and then, you know, travel starts to open up again. You can take a trip. Guess what? You saved $2,600 for that trip without even thinking about it. So that's where my autosave money is going towards. My travel expenses that will come up when eventually we can travel again, because when the world is back to normal, because one day it will be. I'm definitely gonna want to travel, so I'm just trying to save up some of that money now. So if you're interested in making an Empower account, I'll have them linked below. If you create a savings goal of $100 and reach it within 30 days, you'll get a $5 bonus as well. So click that link below and go get yourself saving money. You are gonna thank yourself later. I also just quickly want to say, I understand that not everyone is in a position where they can save their money right now. And if you can't, I just want to let you know my heart goes out to you. I know that I'm really unfortunate right now. I just want to be sensitive to the fact that I know obviously there are a lot of people right now that aren't in a place where they can just save. For any of you that are lucky enough that you can save some money, I have found that as someone that really misses travel and hates being in this situation, this is at least something that has given me something to look forward to. Another thing you can do is work on expanding on something that you love, or like some sort of hobby. I love coffee, so I bought a couple different coffee makers, and every day I'm trying out a different one, and I'm trying to learn more about coffee and the way it tastes and the way you roast it, or not roast it, definitely not roast it, the way you make it. This was a really cool coffee maker that I found on this website called Hay, Hay, and it is from a company from Denmark. What I like about it is it's so different looking. It's meant to be just beautiful and minimal. The only coffee I've ever made is a traditional like pot of coffee in a very normal looking coffee maker, or like Keurig coffee or Nespresso. So I've never done any sort of pour over thing or anything like that. So this is all extremely new to me, but this looks really quite simple. I got an electric kettle. Just turn it on. There is a coffee portion to it, so it goes to 205 degrees and it beeps when it's ready. I'm just gonna fill this thing with 3 scoops of coffee. And we're ready. See how high I can make this. Put this back on and wait about 4 to 6 minutes. Good, yeah, so smooth. No acidity, really, you know? I don't know. Do I know? I don't know. That's what my roommate said when I gave her some. Now, I don't really know how much truth is in this next one, but I did read a study that said if you use your non-dominant hand to do things, that it activates both sides of your brain, whereas when you only use your dominant hand, it activates one side of your brain. And when it activates both sides of your brain, it's supposed to, in turn, make you more creative, and it's just like good to stimulate your brain. So I thought this might be a good thing to add in as a to-do thing, because while we're all stuck inside, we're doing very mundane things, boring things. Maybe you're just rotting your brain watching Netflix. So this is a little something to keep it active and stimulated. So I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna be brushing my teeth with my right hand. I'm also gonna write a page in this notebook with my right hand as well. I used to do this in school when I would be really bored in class. Okay, beautiful. Here is my beautiful journal entry. Now is also a great time to work on like a totally random skill. Just something that's kind of like a party trick, you know? Like, it's not that important in life, but it's kind of enriching when, let's say, you're really good at shuffling a deck of cards and you're about to play cards with some friends, and you can impress them by being good at shuffling a deck of cards. What I'm gonna try and do today is learn a little bit of origami. I don't even know how to make a paper airplane or anything like that. So this one says how to make an easy origami dinosaur. No freaking way. That looks kind of awesome. Wait, what? Dinosaur's a little too complex. We're gonna try another. 3-minute butterfly. That's probably more reasonable. Well, there we have it. A butterfly. At this point, you've probably organized every inch of your house, but when was the last time you cleaned your car? I don't think I've cleaned the interior of my car ever. I've had my car since last July, and it's just slowly gotten a little bit dirty. Yeah, that is so gross. Pine needles from the winter time. I mean, there's like some dust, you know, it just gets dusty. And I cleaned the exterior of my car last week, and it felt so good to do. My car is so dirty that my vacuum ran out of battery again. That looks so much better though. Another thing you can do is not just clean, but really organize. I definitely had some cluttered spaces, so a couple things that I did was, one, with this desk setup, it was so messy all the time. I was just stuffing stuff in there, and so I was really inspired by some flat lay photos that I had seen of just photography type items, and I decided I wanted to recreate like basically a flat lay for my desk, and I am so happy with how it turned out. It is really nice and really functional. I also took some of my little knickknacks and rearranged them in a flat lay type of way, kind of like when you go to a store, how they would present items that you could purchase. There's just a ton of things that you can do that with what you already own to spruce up your space and make it really nice. The weather's not very nice outside right now, and I'm so sick of being on my computer, so I am going to take some time to draw. I took an art appreciation class in high school, and the biggest thing that I learned is, even though I'm not like naturally steady-handed and amazing at drawing, like some people just seem like they're born with a gift of being able to do that, like I don't even know. What I did learn is anyone can learn to draw a decent image they're shooting for if you just take it really slow, you got a good eraser, you got the photo in front of you, it's possible. I'm gonna start with trying to draw this image that I found that is just an Airstream in Joshua Tree, just because it's an inspiring photo. Another thing that you could do is write. And I don't mean just writing in a journal or writing out your thoughts and feelings, although that is great, you could totally do that too. But I mean writing an article or a blog post or something like that. Oftentimes, I know so many people want to start a blog or have a great idea for something that should be written out, but maybe you don't want to go full on and like start a blog because that's also a big undertaking. So what you can do is you can go to medium.com and you can create a profile there. You can write articles there and have them published, and you could actually make money off of it, which is pretty cool. My sister Shelby told me about it. I'll have her video linked below if you want to learn more about that. I don't get any sort of kickback. I'm not working with them in any sort of way telling you guys about it or anything like that, but I've just now been wanting to for a while write an article for them because I realized when I make my videos, I like before any video I write out like the whole video, and so I figured I could take some of that writing and translate it into an article. So I know not everyone makes videos, but maybe you're a student and you wrote a really good paper for your class. You might as well put it on somewhere like medium.com. Like maybe you could end up getting paid for it. I've been putting it off though because to be honest, why does anyone put off anything? I think it's because they're afraid of failure, and I've definitely been putting this off for a couple weeks because I'm afraid that I'm gonna try and write and it's gonna turn out bad, but I'm forcing myself right now to actually at least just try. That is it, guys. Those are 10 things that you can do today to make your life better while you're stuck at home. I hope that this just inspired you to want to do something, but honestly, if it didn't, if you don't want to do anything at all, you want to just take it easy, hey, that's okay too. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thanks again to Empower for sponsoring this vlog. If you guys want to get better at spending, saving, and tracking your money, I'll have them linked below. If you're still watching this, me and Shelby are starting our podcast next week, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there. I'll have the link below on iTunes. You can go subscribe to it and all that good stuff. We're really excited. So yeah, I haven't like officially announced it, but I figured if you're like really watching till the end of this video, hey, you might like it. So yeah.